Hi everybody, it's me, Karina. Welcome back to my channel. Before I start off with episode 2, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that supported me, that commented, liked, subscribed to my content. Thank you so much. You guys know that I kind of did this on a whim. I wasn't expecting any kind of response, but you guys made me feel super grateful. So I'm going to go ahead and continue the series. So for today's episode this week, is going to be about
Britney, bitch.
the Free Britney movement. Don't worry, it's not gonna be all just about her. I know you guys know how much I love her, but no. We're gonna talk about really serious issue that's going on with her. So yes, if you know me in real life, you know how much I adore this woman. She represents everything about my childhood, everything. I love her so much. She was the first artist I ever saw in concert. Shout out, thanks mom for taking me. But yeah, so Britney. If you don't know who Britney Spears is, dude, you need some help. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a really quick rundown of pretty much all that she's done in her career. So, Britney Spears. So, Britney Spears got her fame, kinda, in 1992 when she was in the reboot of the Mickey Mouse Club, which also featured other celebrities that we've known to love as we grew up. So, those celebrities are Christina Aguilera, JC Chasez of NSYNC, Ryan Gosling, Carrie Russell from Felicity, and Mr. Justin Timberlake. JT. So she was there, I think it lasted for maybe like a season or two, but then it got canceled. So then in 1998, 15 years old by the way, she signed her first record deal with Jive Records. And from the first album that came from signing the record is Baby One More Time. Everyone remembers that, she it was in this little sexy schoolgirl outfit in the video with her little pigtails and pretty much killed it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she is the youngest artist ever to garnish a high grossing debut single of the existence. I think even more than Michael Jackson. Because she was so young. She was about 16 when the video that was released. So before I go into more further about pretty much all that she's done, I just want to take it back real quick to when she was 16, 17, this age. You can kind of already see the market of what her label wants to promote her as. Like I said, her video, she was in a very sexy schoolgirl outfit. It's a little, even though it was her idea, she was thinking of it very playful. But you actually kind of think of it as she's surrounded by a lot of grown adults who could have known better. And then, so when she drops the album, obviously her population rises, and then she did this, I'm going to drop it right now, picture, cover of the Rolling Stones. She was underage in this photo. Looking back at it now, it's a little uncomfortable, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a slideshow of pretty much the stills from this photo shoot. There's nothing bad about it, but you could tell that it was just a very sexualized photo shoot. So you can kind of see the image that they want her, that she wants the media to perceive, or what they want her to be in front of everybody. So when she drops Baby One More Time in 2000, she drops Oops, I Did It Again. This album actually was the one that broke all types of records. Because, I think people at the time thought that they could never amount to the same success that their first album did, and she topped it. She ended up selling, I believe, 1.2 million albums / records the first week alone. So for anybody that's out there that's young, back in the day we didn't have streaming services. They didn't rely on digital copies or anything like that. You literally had to go into the store to buy your CD, and that is how the artist was able to make their revenue. So yeah, so that she broke that. She had that record for about 15 years until I think Adele broke it back in 2016, something like that. So you can kind of already know that she is that bitch, Britney Spears, at such a young age. But pretty much from that photo shoot and forward, she just kind of lived in controversy. There was something people were always bitching about her. I think later on the VMAs, for the 2001 VMAs, she kind of like revealed from a tuxedo to a like two-piece nude outfit. People lost their shit. She looked great, and then plus the dance moves for that video, by the way, you guys gotta check out her VMA performances. That video, her dance moves there were A1. So then from there on, she comes out with Britney, her third studio album. This one's more of a obviously adult Britney. She's also right now going out with Justin Timberlake. So she is showing the world that she is not a girl and not yet a woman. So she does that. She does her first movie, Crossroads. Then she shocks the world again with Dancing with the Snake at the VMAs. Also, can we just talk about her body? Like, this is a picture from the VMAs. Her body was so on point. It's like not even, I can't. I think rumor has it she used to do about 1,000 sit-ups a day. So then after all that happens, her Justin Timberlake break up. Supposedly, yes, she's supposed to be cheated. We're not going to celebrate her on that. But also, Mr. JT, I'm looking at you. You weren't so innocent either. Little quick break. I honestly believe Justin Timberlake's first album, Justified, did so well because of the amount of bullshit he would talk about her. For crying out loud, his Cry Me a River video featured a lookalike of her. You're sly little motherfucker. Anyways, so back to Britney. So after this whole get up, the world sees her first breakup, this and that, she takes a break. And then she does her fourth album, which is In the Zone. And I think this is the year with it was like a domino effect. A lot of things were happening. So she releases this album. This is the album 2, or the era, so to speak. She kisses Madonna at, you guessed it, the VMAs. Back in the day, the VMAs were nothing without her. She just gave that aura of the VMAs. So yeah, so people lost their shit again because of like, oh my god, Britney Spears kissed Madonna. Oh my god, she's a lesbian now. God forbid, a young 20-something-year-old is not gonna have fun with her sexuality. But no one gave the same shit about Christina. Okay. So yeah, so she kisses Madonna. She also, this is around the same time too, she marries a childhood friend in Vegas and gets the marriage annulled after 55 hours. Kim Kardashian didn't even last 55 hours. She lasted 72. So yes, homegirl was just crazy. She wasn't crazy. She was just living her life. She was a rich, beautiful 20-something-year-old. So who hasn't gotten married in Vegas at that age? No, I have not. So yes, so that happens. Then she starts dating Kevin Federline. And pretty much really quickly after they started dating, they got married. And after they got married, she got pregnant. So in 2005, she had her first baby, Sean Preston Federline. And of course, she's super ecstatic. She's a mom. She's also taking a break from music, obviously, focusing on motherhood and her marriage. And this is when, everything just starts to go to shits. The paparazzi starts hounding her. They want to follow her everywhere, see her with her baby. There's one image that the media started calling her a bad mom. This is not the DCF, so the Department of Children did come to her house for investigation because of other claims. But this photo right here, you see the baby is on top of her lap and she's driving on the freeway. Not to defend Britney of anything, she also stated too, she's country. She grew up in Louisiana and probably a rural town of it. So of course things are a lot different there than it is on the highway here in Los Angeles. But the story to this supposedly was that she was at Starbucks with her baby, and when they came out, the paparazzi were just there on top of her. She couldn't move anywhere. She did her best to put her baby in her car seat, but they weren't giving her enough space for it. She was getting, I guess, a lot of anxiety, which is normal. I'm not a mom, but I can imagine you're trying to do the right thing with your child, protect them, but then you have, tents and, probably 15 to 20 people with cameras with their faces in front of you. She panicked, so she did what she could to get out of the situation, and what she did was grab her baby, and she drove. Unfortunately, paparazzi got the photo, and it made headlines everywhere. That was just, one taste of how horrendous the paparazzi was. Then, a year later, in 2006, she has her second baby, Jaden James Federline, and around the same time, she divorces Kevin, her baby daddy. She divorces him, and right now you kind of see her. You know, she's a single mom now. She's free. She's still young. She's gonna go have. Just because she's a mom does not mean she's not allowed to have a good time. And that's exactly what she did. But the media took it out of proportion because she was always out with Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, going out all night. So they automatically thought, wow, she goes out. What a bad mom. So stupid. Yeah. But then with her going out a lot, the paparazzi, I kind of think, yeah, when you're a celebrity, your privacy pretty much just goes out the window, unfortunately, it sucks. You're gonna get noticed everywhere, but in her case, it was too much. I'll show you guys like a really big picture of like this is her car, and you can see the amounts of like paparazzis and cameras with her. They would follow her to gas stations to the point that she would like develop a British accent, start talking to them in British accents, start playing jokes with them, and there's not much you can do with that. Then came a one moment in 2007. The head shaving. Yes, Britney shaves her head. I remember being, 12 years old when this happened. I was in middle school. I was just like, oh my, okay. Okay, I didn't get it, but now I completely get it. So yeah, she shaves her head. There's a lot of theories out there as to why she did it, but recently I think I saw a video of the tattoo artist I was with her in the tattoo shop when she did it, was that she wanted people to stop touching her. And in a symbolic way, I get it. She pretty much had people all over her telling her what to do since she was 15 years old. I think in her mind, she was, an adult. She can do what she wants. She had her babies. She's an adult, damn it. And let her be one. So I guess, when you just suffer through a lot, you break down in your own way. And this was her way. And she was free, she was going out bald. Like, it was, looking beautiful as ever. Then she attacked a paparazzi with the umbrella, which she most likely deserved because they don't leave her the fuck alone. And then, yeah, she starts behaving probably a little bit more erratically. She wears little pink wigs, again with the British accents. Then comes a moment that was pretty much putting a stop to all of that. That kind of stopped everything. I'm not sure exactly what happened or whatnot. I think she was threatened that they were going to take her babies away from her. So I don't know if it's true or not, but she does lock herself in the bathroom of her home, refusing to give them up. Like, to give them back to Kevin or to whoever was there to pick up the babies that day. She refused. The cops came. There claims that she was under a substance, not sure. The police come, the ambulance comes, and she unfortunately is pulled out of her house in a gurney, which is the photo right here. It's really heartbreaking. Again, I'm not a mom. I think to this day, she's still being threatened about her children. So I can't blame her on her actions when it comes to her children. So when she gets pulled out from the house into a gurney to the ambulance, she's taken to Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles and put on a temporary 5150 hold. This hold is pretty much to evaluate the person's mental capacity, how they're doing, and this is when her father and an attorney were placed on the temporary conservatorship. Basically meaning that they are in control of her and her assets. This was back in 2007. She goes to rehab. I think she goes to rehab twice. She gets out. She doesn't want to do it. But then her dad, obviously, at the time, I don't think it was a bad thing. I think someone needed to be there to kind of just guide her, get her back into a right mindset. But they kept him and the attorney in charge of everything. So the years go by. They get her up in 2008 with her huge comeback. She does great. She releases another #1 album. And the woman just continues working album after album, being a judge on X Factor, doing more perfume lines. And their #1, their argument with her is that she's not capable of anything, that she's not mentally there. But if someone who's not mentally there, then how is she able to work? You know what I'm saying? From 2013 to 2017, she does the Las Vegas residency for 4 years. If someone cannot take care of themselves, how are they able to perform 3 times a week, remember choreography, at that age. You know, like if they can't do any of that, but of course, still she can't take care of herself. But she's, you know, but yeah, she can definitely do it when she's given them money, right? Being the cash cow. Whatever. So fast forward 2017, she does, you know, she kind of reevaluates the entire Las Vegas scene. She does her show piece and it becomes like the #1 show in Vegas. Until 2019, she announced that she was going to go ahead and do another residency, but with a different hotel. But then it got canceled because of claims that her father was sick. And I'm not denying it. Maybe he was sick. He was going through something. So she canceled it to be with her family. Awesome. Great. We love it. But then mysteriously around the same time, she checks into a mental health center. Okay, you know, one thing's like, okay, cool. She's getting herself in, you know, in check. But then stories come out that she was being placed in the mental health place against her will that her father ordered. The story behind that is that they want to give her more medication than she doesn't want to take. So she refuses to take anything that she's not, you know, that's not recommended for her, which, again, she's allowed to do that. It's her body. But since she refused it, they put her against her will in this place. And she was there for maybe about 3 months. And then she started showing up again on social media. What the thing is now what's going on is that she's had a lot of hearings to kind of end the conservatorship. So right to remove her father. Yeah, turned out way she's able to live her life again. This woman's almost 40 years old. Her kids now are like almost teenagers. She can't even drive anywhere. She's stuck at home. That's why you see all those videos of her. You know, you guys like to make fun of her that something's wrong with her. She's bored. She's being treated like a child who's grounded, type thing. Just recently, she had an upcoming hearing about the conservatorship, and they said that it had to be postponed because she couldn't, her Zoom connection wasn't working. You're gonna tell me that's a rich bitch like Britney Spears, probably lives in Calabasas, has bad Wi-Fi signal? So that's the whole movement about Britney. She is a prisoner at the moment. She can't speak for herself. She can't say anything because I think what they do to her is, like I said before, I think they threaten her with taking her children away from her. And she's a mom, so she doesn't want, so she stays quiet and has to deal with it. If you want to learn more too about her, from her side, in 2008 she dropped For the Record, which is a documentary that MTV aired. Definitely watch it. I'll put a link down below in the description so you guys can see it. I think it's one of the last interviews where you see her talking and she sounds like herself, because I don't know if you noticed in recent interviews, she kind of talks like she's a robot. Like she talks like she's uncomfortable, she's unsure. And I think it has to do with a lot of the meds that she's taking that they're making her take. So give that a check out. Also, I'm going to drop a podcast. I forgot the names of the girls that did it, but I'm going to find it, drop it down in the link below, and they talk a lot about it too, about a whole bunch of other documents that come out from different attorneys that were with her during this whole situation. But yeah, so that's the story of Britney. I really hope nothing happens to her. Can you guys not? Those are my dogs barking. Anyways, I really hope nothing happens to her. You know, if she doesn't want to make music anymore, honestly, the woman's an icon. She's a legend. She's done enough for the music industry. She doesn't owe anybody anything. I truly think she just wants to retire to Louisiana with her children, live at home, and like teach at a dance studio, and that's it. She doesn't, and I think she deserves to be happy after all these years. So hopefully some good news happens with her this year, and that she's finally able to drive. Because if you see any documentaries or stuff like that, interviews, she loves to drive. She likes the freeness behind the wheel. So hopefully she gets to do that soon. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. This was episode 2 on a topic I really loved. And yeah, once again, take care, you guys. Be safe and wear your masks. Bye.